Now, you might think that the most significant financial milestone for the average person is $100,000 or even $1,000,000, but that's actually not true. The most significant financial milestone is only $10,000 because the moment you save your first $10,000, everything changes. Reaching $10,000 in savings is such a huge financial milestone because this is the moment you get more options, when doors start to open, and when your journey to becoming financially free starts. Having $10,000 saved doesn't mean you're set for life, but having $10,000 saved is the financial milestone when things start to change for the better. In this video, I'll explain why that is and talk about the 5 key things that happen to you after you save your first $10,000. And the first thing is you can cover 99% of emergencies or surprise expenses. Now, of course, with $10,000, you're not set for life. You're actually pretty far from it. But having $10,000 saved means that you can cover almost any emergency expense that life throws at you. If your car needs a repair, you're covered. If your dog gets sick, you're covered. If you need an expensive medical procedure, you're covered. If your laptop breaks, you're covered. If you lose your phone, you're covered. There aren't too many emergency or surprise expenses that cost more than $10,000. This will give you peace of mind because no matter what happens, you'll be okay. That peace of mind is priceless. The next thing that happens is you'll have a lot more control of your life and you'll be able to say no more. A really famous quote by Warren Buffett is, "The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything." Money is just a tool that'll give you freedom, that'll give you more options in life. People with more money tend to have a lot more options and more freedom. And people who don't have money don't have options. When you have options, you have the power to say yes or no. No is the most powerful word in the world. And when you have your first $10,000 saved, you're able to use that word a lot more because that's when you start to feel like you have some financial power. And that financial power will let you say no more frequently. For example, if you're asked to work extra hours or if you're asked to work on the weekend, you can say no. But somebody living paycheck to paycheck that really needs the money can't. They have to work those extra hours. With the $10,000 saved, you'll just feel a lot more in control. You'll feel a lot more secure. And that will ultimately give you the freedom to say no more. You also won't be as desperate because of this extra money. So you'll give off a different energy, a better, more abundant energy, which is actually needed to grow your wealth. It is just so empowering when you're able to say yes to what you want and no to what you don't want. You'll start to ask yourself things like, do I really want to do this? And that feeling is incredible. And that leads me to the next thing, which is you'll get more confident. If you're on social media, then you know that people talk about these really big numbers, right? 100,000, a million, especially on the financial side of social media. And there are so many articles out there saying that the average net worth for a certain age is $100,000, $200,000, or whatever it might be, which could honestly be really discouraging. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. Don't be listening to anything that'll potentially bring you down, that'll make you feel behind. Because there are also other sources out there saying that over 65% of people in America are living paycheck to paycheck, and that over 60% of people can't even afford a $500 emergency. The average person is barely making it. So $10,000, just objectively looking at it, is a lot of money with how everybody is doing with money. And it's also the first time you're going to see 5 figures in your account. That's huge. And there's an incredible feeling that comes from seeing those 5 figures. It's a sign that you're on the right track, that you're doing better than the average person. And this will give you a lot of confidence because I'm telling you, most people do not have 5 figures in their accounts. It'll give you a confidence that you cannot get with $1,000 or $5,000 or any other 4-figure number. I remember when I first saw $10,000 in my account, it was amazing. The money will help you feel more confident. The next thing that happens is that your savings rate will increase. The reason that most people can't save too much money is because they're usually living paycheck to paycheck and behind on bills. They're too busy paying off their current debt and their current bills. And that's why people just stay behind. And when you don't have any money saved, it's really, really hard to get ahead financially. Hence, people stay trapped living paycheck to paycheck. But once you have that $10,000 saved, you're gonna feel a lot more ahead because you are a lot more ahead. You're caught up. And because of that, you're able to do a lot more financially. Instead of living defensively, just paying off bills and not saving anything, you'll now start to get ahead and your savings rate will increase. It's similar to the snowball effect, where once you get the snowball rolling, it's a lot easier to keep it going. This is also why the rich keep getting richer, right? When you have money, it's a lot easier. At $10,000, I think you are ahead financially. And it's a lot easier to just keep that snowball rolling after that. Your savings rate will speed up a lot faster. And this leads me to the next one, which is that investing will become a lot easier. The easiest way to become a millionaire for the average person is through the stock market. It is the ultimate wealth building tool. There are really only 2 key differences between people that make money in the stock market versus people that don't make money in the stock market. The first is patience. So many people don't end up making any money from the stock market because they want to get rich quick. They don't want to wait. They want to day trade, which is extremely risky, and most people just end up losing money in it, and then they just rule out the stock market as a whole from that. But please don't do that. The most successful investors have made their money through boring investments. They've just held for a long time. The proven way to make money in the stock market is just by investing in low-cost index funds. The stock market has returned an average of 10% every year. The problem that many people face with this is that they aren't willing to wait, because it takes a lot of time and consistent investing. Literally, investing $135 every month over 30 years will get you over $1 million. But most people are not willing to do that, and a lot of people will start late. So the sooner you start, the better, because your money has more time to compound and grow. The earlier the dollar is invested, the more times it can multiply in the long term. The second thing is security. The sense of security is what will stop you from going broke. If you don't have any security, if you don't have any money saved, you might end up selling your investments when the market goes down, because you might be scared that you'll end up losing more money, so you might want to cash out now. But if you have security, if you have $10,000 saved, you can actually hold out through the bad times when the market goes down, because you have money saved already for emergencies or for anything that'll come up. If you look at the history of the stock market over the past 100 years, the market is always going to go down. And the people that come out on top and make the most amount of money are the ones that can hold it through those down periods. And when you have that $10,000 saved, you're going to feel a lot more secure. If a recession happens and the market completely drops, you're not going to be worried. Of course, investing is always risky, but when you have patience and when you have security, which comes from having that $10,000 saved, investing becomes less risky because you can hold out. And buying and holding is the best strategy. Holding out over the long term is how the richest people have gotten rich. In conclusion, life just gets easier when you can pull up your phone and see that you have $10,000 saved. This is when people go from living paycheck to paycheck, from just surviving to being a bit more comfortable financially and having more peace of mind. And like I just explained, you can cover most emergencies. You can say no to a lot more things. You'll be a lot more confident. Your savings rate will increase faster, and investing will become easier, all of which will help you grow your wealth even more and even faster. Of course, having $10,000 doesn't mean you're rich, but it does mean that you're on the right track and that your life is improving. So please get to your first $10,000 and you'll understand exactly what I mean. Do what you gotta do to get there, because I promise you it's worth it. Check out this video next if you want to discover the easiest thing you can do right now with your savings to start making more money. I truly appreciate every single one of you watching. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos. Thank you and have a great day.